What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Yes,
and
we
Hella
are.
Tired.
Yes, we are. Now, we actually just got out of a 15-minute conversation about Harry Potter leading into this. This is actually, so this was not one of the requested ones off the last video. So for those of you that don't know how I do my ERBs, I typically handle one request, and then I'll do whatever the next one in the series is that I had left off on. So this was the next one on season 1, which is Dumbledore versus Gandalf. Or Gandalf versus Dumbledore, to be technical.
Semantics. It's exciting.
So I'm excited because I actually know these characters.
Me too.
Which is not always the thing with ERB. Sometimes I get into an ERB and I'm like, okay, I don't know shit about these guys. And
sounded awesome. Cool, thanks.
You guys did great.
History lesson.
Like the last one I did, actually. I was not very familiar with the two cooking people.
You did, what's this fuck that's always angry?
Right. The Simon Cowell of cooking. Ramsay.
Yeah, versus, Julia Childs?
Sure. Yeah, it's Childs because you said Styles, or I said Styles. One of us said Styles. And then when I looked it up, I was like, wait a minute, no, that's the chick from Save the Last Dance.
Right.
That's...
Right.
I knew that didn't sound right.
No, yeah. Lots of butter and lard. Lots.
Yeah, I am excited for this. I'm definitely expecting some You Shall Not Pass.
There's got to be at least one of those. At least.
References to hobbits and things like that.
We'll see.
And then also on the other side, I'm expecting house names to be used. Something about a talking hat. Now,
possibility.
Here's the thing. I have seen this before, except it has been years.
Right.
Probably about close to 3-4 years since I've seen this. So I don't remember hardly. Like, guys, I barely remember the bars I listened to 10 minutes ago, let alone the stuff from that long ago. Because back then I was mainly listening to Eminem.
Plus, and I have seen it at some point, but
plus I'm also
once and I don't remember either.
I'm also not one of those people either, though, that like. So regular songs I can listen to multiple times, but rap battles, it's like you listen to it once, you're like, hey, they did good. All right, on to the next one.
Right.
And you just
You just meaning we just.
Yeah.
It's okay if you want to watch it multiple times.
Yes.
Just not our thing.
So, without further ado, we're going to slash up and break it down. This is Gandalf versus Dumbledore. Let's get it. Oh, dear God. It didn't auto drop back down.
What is this wizardry?
Haha. Alright, let's try it again. Already starting off, I feel like Dumbledore has a better visual representation of who he was. Something I kind of wish they would have done with Gandalf. I wish they'd have started him off Gandalf the Grey and then went Gandalf the White. But they just jumped right into Gandalf the White and was like, alright, this is where we're going to start.
Wow.
But also I feel like this was way before they started doing a whole lot with their production visually.
It is the first season.
So that's probably why they didn't go that route.
You shall not pass!
There you go.
If that would have started any other way, I think I'd have been disappointed.
Yeah, okay, well. I mean, it's over. There we go. Yeah. You got what you wanted.
I did. Straight out the gate. Let's get it.
You shall not pass! I brought spies like shadow bags! Tom riddle me this, you bitch! How's your little wand gonna beat my star?
Tom riddle me this. Alright.
I will say I'm not a big fan of his flow right now. It seems like he's rushing a lot.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to see, but I like the Tom riddle me
But
this.
I do like the bars. The bars are funny.
Right.
That's...
But you're not supposed to name him, dude.
Tom riddle me this, bitch.
I brought fires like Shadowfax! Come riddle me this, you bitch! How's your little wand gonna beat my staff? I'll leave mites in flames! Touch my hand off! Touch mine, Dumbledore, and scorch your other hand off! You fool! You got snaked! You're not...
Ah. Okay. So, obviously, comparing wand size.
Which is...
Yeah.
It's a guy
Yeah.
thing for whatever fucking reason.
You've
Reminds
got
me
a
of the
wand,
episode-
I have a staff.
It reminds me of the episode of South Park where Cartman drags all the boys into the men's restroom to measure all of their penises because they're creating a chart to
Right.
hang up in school. And
Right.
at the end of it, people are like, wait a minute, Cartman, who's going to measure yours? He's like, I told you guys, mine's like 12 inches. And they're like, no, we got to measure that shit, dude.
Right?
He's like, fine, fuck you guys. He gets all pissed off, and like, all of a sudden it pans over and you see him hanging the thing up, and Cartman's just like 2.6 inches or
God.
something like that. Which, I mean, they're all kids. They're not going to be huge. But just that whole entire
Right.
segment of episode was fucking hilarious.
Gone. Alright.
But then the burning his hand out of the hand off. Or scorching his other hand.
Scorch. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Touch mine, Dumbledore, and scorch your other hand off! You fool! You got snaked! You're not a real fighter! Death makes you die, it just makes my bright bright! Your ass is like Gringotts, everyone makes a deposit! We all know you've more than a bogart in your closet!
Okay, so obviously the Scorched is putting on the ring and getting his hand poisoned. But the gay bars, that's amazing. That you know, Gringotts, the goblin bank.
Right.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I suppose he could have been somewhat of a player, but as far as I know, he was relatively celibate. So the whole, like, you know, your ass takes more deposits. Not sure. I do like the boggart in the closet, though. That was good. That was good.
Gringotts, everyone makes a deposit! We all know you've more than a bogart in your closet!
I feel like we should have also at some point gotten like a Frodo versus Harry.
Oh, that would be a good one.
That was like a sequel.
I like the pink boa, too, by the way.
Right.
Did they not do anything with the hobbits as a... We'll have to see later. Yeah. But that would be a good one.
It's a prophecy, forgot to mention this day when I knocked your ass back to Gandalf the Grey. Check your status, they call me headmaster.
Alright. Alright. So they did use it.
Yeah.
They just didn't start him off that way, which I feel like, honestly, he should have leveled up.
Right.
But he did talk about death that makes you die. Which, honestly, is one of the things that I appreciated about Harry Potter. Like, even though they're magic-based, they actually still die.
Right.
I mean, Rowling is kind of evil in all the characters that she did kill off, but on the other hand, like...
Well, I think the Harry Potter thing, or not Harry Potter, I think the Lord of the Rings thing, though, death is, it's not so much death isn't permanent. I think in a situation like with their wizards,
I
I think
agree.
it's more of a, even dying can still kill you, but I think for this it was like, because of the manner of sacrifice,
Right.
is what caused him to
Well,
elevate.
it is because all of the other ones do actually die and stay dead. I'm just saying that...
My whole problem is if the motherfucker has a fucking bird that he can fly,
Why is he
why
not?
is he making these motherfuckers walk?
Why is he not? Call down the eagles.
Like,
Just do it.
I'd been like, Harry, hop
Well-
on, we're gonna go fly over to this fucking volcano, drop the shit off, we'll be done.
Right. Right. Let's make it easy.
But
Come
then we
on.
wouldn't have had a book series or movie trilogy, I guess.
Both.
And I knocked your ass back to Gandalf the Grey. Check your status, they call me headmaster. You're nothing. Nice staff. You compensating for something? I prefer the company of wizards and I'm proud of it. You try to win your battles with two fat hobbits. You think your hairy toad friends are gonna harm me? Wait.
I think your hairy toad friends are gonna harm me.
Don't make fun of the little guys. They're not even here.
Right?
Yeah.
The hobbits.
Body hair is a thing. Not everybody likes to wax.
You know, I complain that I can't grow a beard, but I think it makes me happy in the fact that I don't grow hair really anywhere else either. So I'm not like a walking fucking sweater.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. I'm one of those people that waxes.
Fighting for something? I prefer the company of wizards and I'm proud of it. You try to win your battles with two fat hobbits. You think your hairy-toed friends are gonna harm me? Wait till they get a taste of Dumbledore's army. Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks. I don't...
Okay, well, that is a line.
That is twice he's now started with a direct quote from the movie.
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate that. I also appreciate Dumbledore's bling. Dumbledore's army. That's good job. And showing Newt
I
as
like
the
that too. I don't give a fox about. Come
Fox
on.
as his Phoenix. That's amazing.
Sorry.
The Dumbledore's army. Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks. I don't give a fox about your order of Phoenix. I'll tie a noose on your beard with your wrinkly balls, for I am the one rapper to rule them all. Your spells are a joke, not funny ones either. Mine's a Moria. Ha! More like mind 'em and see 'em.
Oh, okay.
I liked Mind of Messia. I know a lot of people didn't, but
I don't know that I saw it. Or if I did, it was only.
it was with Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I recognize what it is, but I don't know that I don't watch much TV. Like movies and books, sure, but not.
Right.
Joke, not funny ones either. Mine's a Moria. Ha! More like mind 'em and see 'em. I'll expecto my patronum on your face, you little snitch. And when I finish, I'll apply like it's Quidditch.
Snitch being a part of Quidditch.
It
Because
is.
it's the
And the expecto patronum is to get rid of
evil
the,
spirit.
the Dementors.
or-
Yeah. So like
I just call them evil spirits.
embodiment of depression. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. He's like, you're so depressing. I'm gonna use this charm against you.
Which was also double as far as like jizzing on his face too. It's kind of where he was going with it.
I feel like this whole thing is a battle of the Epine.
Patronum on your face, you little snitch. And when I finish, I'll apply like it's Quidditch.
The pink boa is back.
Oh, that was it?
Who's there?
That was it?
Through the car!
They had way too much fun making
They
that.
really do. That was great though.
That was a
I
lot
think
shorter
it's
than I was hoping.
That was the thing that I remember about season 1 is they were just starting out, so there wasn't the funding and therefore the really good beats, because they've come out with some really good beats. The production and therefore the outfits, like we said at first, and then they were really short. So I don't feel like they reached their full potential.
I almost kind of wish there were some battles in the first season they would go back and just redo.
Right. Maybe add another round at the end or
Or
something.
maybe go back through their history and redo a few. And just do like Epic Rap Battles of History remix.
Right. Get on it, guys.
Change some things, add some more things into them.
Right. Not all of them, just like the key ones. Like this one is a key one because it's 2 characters that everybody,
Right.
pretty much everybody, knows.
I mean, I definitely know more about Gandalf than Dumbledore. I've seen both movie series.
See, I've read.
I haven't
Both.
read any of the books for anything.
Yeah, I've read all of it.
I made it through. Well, so here's the thing. At one point, I was going to read through the Tolkien set. So I started with The Hobbit,
Right.
and I made it like 5 chapters in, and was like, "This is one of the most boring fucking books I have ever read in my life."
Oh, yeah. I mean, it warms up, but you know, when you open the door,
I made it all the way up to
you never know where your feet are gonna take you.
when Dildo Baggins, as I call him.
Of course you do.
I made it all the way up to right after he first gets the ring from Smeagol by doing all the riddles in the
Right.
sewers. I
Right.
think they were sewers.
Close close enough.
That's as far as I made it.
Right.
And then I was like, I can't do this anymore. The artwork is great though. I had
You
like,
remind me of Alice in the beginning of the movie. How do you read a book without any pictures?
well, no, because I had one of the special edition. It was like
Right.
all green, and it was like this fucking big in terms of size. Guys talking about size again, but it had like a
only
six.
this big.
It had like a 6-page.
And about this big.
Well, it had a 6-page spread in the middle that was like artwork from.
Yeah, the centerfold.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But it was just artwork from.
Right. Yeah,
books.
I've read all of it, including most of the Silmarillion.
I was also worried about getting to the Silmarillion because I know he didn't actually fully write that book. He died in the process of it, and his son finished it.
Right.
I don't know if his son shared the same views as far as.
Huh? I mean, but you could have just stuck with The Hobbit and then the Lord of the Rings trilogy,
Right.
you know, which if you have a problem with like slow movement, he definitely can be a bit wordy.
Well, and that's one of my problems. Like for me, again, I can read Stephen King really easily because for him, it's generally you're right into it,
Right.
and crazy shit's happening.
Right.
I think one of the slowest starts to a read I've had was Pet Sematary.
Of his, yeah.
But even then, I mean, it starts off with a dude being killed on a bicycle.
Right. Right. I like them all. I also like Rowling, J.K. Rowling. So I mean, I've read them all. It's just.
And I think that's the difference in my mentality. It's horror. Horror, I gravitate towards really easily. But when it comes to fantasy, like
Right.
I can gravitate towards fantasy movie-wise.
Right.
But when it comes to reading, it's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This was mostly movie though. So having seen both sets,
Right.
they did a decent job for how short it was. I mean, and I only say decent because of the problems that we discussed with season 1.
Right.
I really wish, considering how long both of the series are as movies, that this had been done later in their evolution. Just
Well,
simply
let me
because.
see. The Harry Potter movies are what, about 2 hours apiece?
Yeah, and there's 8 of them.
8 of them. So that's like 16 hours a movie.
Yeah, and then
the 3, well, technically 4,
yeah, because
5
it
movies because
included
The Hobbit
The
was 1 and
Hobbit
2.
and-
They're 3 hours apiece. So it's about
equal.
time-wise equal.
But that's why I'm saying that with that much.
I think they should have did, just because of all that, I think they should have did like a 10-minute rap battle.
Right.
Just made one huge epic
Well, but
fucking battle. And
that's
actually bring in characters.
Other characters like the Frodo versus
like,
Harry.
Because like Frodo and Harry could have went at it as like special guests that just show up like they
Right.
sometimes do. You probably could have gotten Sam and what's his face from
the dwarf.
well no, Sam was his best.
Samwise. Okay.
Yeah, Samwise. Him and you could have gotten him and Ron to kind of
Right.
go at it.
Right. Oh, that would have been fun.
Right?
Because they're both definitely like the loyal, almost puppy dog friend.
Smeagol versus Dobby. Come on now.
Aw.
Come on now.
See.
I'm just saying.
No,
they
it
could have
would've
done
been
like
amazing.
a 10-minute battle that
That
would have
would've
been
been amazing.
fucking epic.
That would have been really good too.
Now I just want Smeagol
Like bring
versus
in some
Dobby.
of the like Professor McGonagall versus shoot, I just blanked on her name. The Elven Queen, played by Emily.
Who would have they been able to get a old girl from Harry Potter to rap against?
Hermione, you mean?
Yeah, because I can't think of any like real female-led roles.
Yeah, I mean, there's the 2 elves, and the Queen was the one that I was trying to remember to go against, like Professor McGonagall, because they're both adults. I mean, the Liv Tyler character, the romantic interest that somewhat helps out a bit, I suppose, could have gone against Hermione. Love interest.
What, the elf?
I'm fucking blanking on their names right now.
I just want a Smeagol versus Dobby now. I don't even need a full fucking
Right.
remix. I'm imagining. Well, I mean, it would cost a lot of money to do that because it'd be a lot of digital animation.
True, but so worth it.
But they both have like somewhat similar voice sound.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Smeagol's is way more slurred, but is that real high pitched?
Right.
Ah,
And they both look like little naked baby monsters.
right.
Although Dobby now has clothing. He's a free elf.
Dobby a free elf. He has a sock. He doesn't have clothing.
He did too. He wore a little like potato sack, and mismatched socks.
Is it Dobby or Dobby?
Dobby?
You said Dobby, and it confused me. And I'm like, Dobby? Wait a minute, huh?
Huh?
Well, you read the books, and they're way more knowledgeable in Harry Potter than I am, so I'm like, did I fuck it up?
Actually, some of it takes actually hearing the pronunciation,
Right.
especially since you've got to mix in the English pronunciation versus the English pronunciation. We speak Americana. All right.
So yeah, above all, ERB, yo, we would love a full-blown remix,
Plus
10-minute
added characters.
10-minute epic of just, and it doesn't have to be Gandalf versus Dumbledore. It can be Lord of the Dumbledore. That was accidental.
That was
The
great.
Freudian slips are amazing.
That was amazing. Okay.
I need some fucking sleep.
So,
But it could be Lord of the Rings versus Harry Potter.
right. Out of those two, though,
Or let the authors go at it, and that's how it can start.
or end.
Right. Well, I was thinking if it starts that way, they could open up their books at the end of their verses,
And let the characters
and then the
come out.
characters can come in.
Possible. Which one do you think won? I feel like it was kind of too short to really give them either. Neither of them shall pass this.
I'm gonna give it.
I'm
to
gonna give it to
Gandalf.
Dumbledore.
I knew we were gonna have opposite. So I definitely voted against who I wanted to win last time, and this time I'm voting for it because again it was too close for me to really.
Right. I just feel that towards, I guess it was in the second verse that Dumbledore did. He added a crap ton of references.
I feel like
and they were used appropriately. I mean, so Gandalf opened both verses with a line directly out of his movie. Used some, but it wasn't quite as much as.
I also feel like. So here's the thing. I think Gandalf had the better first verse. I think Dumbledore had the better second verse.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I also feel like Gandalf again got kind of slighted on his second verse because if you think about it, it wasn't near as long as what Dumbledore's was.
That's also true.
Gandalf's second verse was like maybe 4 bars,
Right.
and then
Here's the other thing. I really feel like a lot of emphasis from both sides was put on Dumbledore's sexual orientation. And look, that's funny. But on the flip side, what you said, like 16 hours accumulated movie time.
well, if you want to
so
be
much
honest,
more-
I think they did that not because if I remember correctly, I don't think Dumbledore was a gay character, but I do know the actor that played him was.
No. He
Was
was
he
a
a
gay
gay
character.
Oh, I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
but I know the actor they played him was, if I remember correctly.
And there were 2 that played him.
True,
One of
'cause
them
the
passed
first
away.
one passed away.
But no, I mean, just my thing is, it's funny because it's true, and he is kind of in the closet, as it were, because, like I said, he's a mostly kind of celibate character. So, but there's so much other crap that he could get him for. Like he's always letting the kids run the show in terms of like just not really protecting them that well, and he waits until the end of all of the books to do the recap, which is what's left out of the movies, which by the way makes everything that happened that year make sense. So don't leave it out of your movies next time. But he just kind of expects Harry to not be a child, basically, and Harry's a child.
Fucking child.
Yeah.
It's like you're being forced to grow up quickly, and it's like, fuck you, dude. I'm gonna have fun.
10. Wonderful.
Where's my cloak of invisibility?
right. You don't expect me to get in trouble. That's the other thing, like handing him dangerous objects. They're like, yeah, the stairwells move. Just fucking go with it. You know, I mean, here's a 3-headed dog. Don't piss him off.
Don't mind the snake in the basement.
Right. Right. It's cute little fella. I mean, so yeah, and he just is so dismissive of all this shit, and here, you know, they're focusing on him being in the closet. Like I said, the pink boa, fucking amazing. Really like that they brought Newt Scamander as his ride along.
You know what else would be really fun as a battle? The band that's with Bilbo in The Hobbit versus the Fellowship.
Wait. So you're talking about The Hobbit versus the Fellowship of the Ring? Nothing to do with Harry Potter.
No, it just popped in
Got
my
it,
head.
okay.
I was thinking the all the dwarves with the rhyming names from The Hobbit versus the Fellowship. I think
No,
it'd be entertaining.
that now makes sense, but yeah.
'Cause my
for
whole
a
thing-
second I was like, where's Harry Potter in all this?
Right. Well, I was also thinking to myself, who the fuck is going to go against the Fellowship on Harry Potter's side?
Order of the Phoenix.
I don't even remember who they are.
It's the band of not just professors. It included Sirius Black before he died. It's all the adults like Ron, the Weasleys, and then the kids.
I'm assuming the Potters were in it before they died.
Yeah, there was 2 Order of the Phoenixes. The one that went against Voldemort the first time and his parents were part of it that died. The rat dude is the dude that sold them out, but he was also part of it. Sirius Black, obviously. But the second time...
Sirius was the prisoner, right?
Mhm. And they show the Order of the Phoenix being held, the meetings are being held in his childhood home, where, you know, the painting is mean, and that's where they, Snape's actually part of it. He's the snitch going back and forth. But yeah, that one would work because
Snape was. We'll talk about that after this is over.
Cunt.
We've gone way too far, anyways. So we're gonna end this here.
Sorry.
Per the usual, check all the things down below. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
Let us know who you thought.
Yeah, who did you guys think won? And let us know what we may have
Funk
missed. I don't think we missed much. This
Funk?
one. We didn't call out everything. I know that.
Right. Well, some of it was pretty obvious.
Right. But yeah, we love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see Depraved people later. Bye.